Okay, so for this trick, all I'm going to be needing is this pack of cards right here. Now, if I had a spectator with me, I would hand the deck over to them and let them shuffle up the cards to their heart's content. It does not matter how much these cards are mixed up. The trick is completely impromptu. I could have even borrowed this deck from the spectator if they wanted me to. But once the deck is mixed up to the spectator's liking, then we can begin. Okay, so to start this trick, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to spread through the deck, and I'm going to have the spectator go ahead and touch the back of any card that they'd like. Let's say they want to touch the back of this card right here. I'll turn away, you guys take a look at this card, and just commit it to memory. Please do not forget it. Because you have no idea how many times I'll perform a card trick for someone, and I'll ask them, hey, what was your card at the end of the trick? And they're like, oh, I forgot. And that just completely ruins the trick. So please don't forget the card on me, at least commit it to memory, alright? But once you've looked at the card and, well, hopefully memorized it, we can continue. So as of right now, we have your card sticking out roughly maybe halfway down from the deck. Its exact location is not important, not yet at least, alright? But we'll get to that a little bit later on. But once we have your card in the position that it is, we can continue. So, before we go any further, I'm actually going to take the deck and I'm going to isolate it within the tuck case. And for those of you who are skeptical, I would hand out the box for inspection. You guys can check this out all day long because it really is just a normal tuck case, okay? But for those of you who are still skeptical, and just for camera purposes, I'll go ahead and show you the box is empty. And again, it really is just a normal tuck case. But at this point, once the spectators are convinced that the box is normal, I will then proceed to go ahead and place the box inside of the tuck just as so, okay? As fair as possible. And from here, I would actually invite the spectator themselves to come over and push their card in flush with the card. So they come forward and they just push the card in nice and flush, okay? Just like that. So at this point, it's done, okay? It is done. Your card and the rest of the deck are now enclosed within the tuck case, meaning it is impossible for me as the magician to manipulate the cards in any kind of way. So once the spectator is satisfied with the conditions of this trick, then we can move on, alright? So from here, all we are going to do is seal off the tuck case and then move on with our lives. Sound good? Hopefully it does. So up to this point, we haven't done much in the trick, okay? Nothing much has really happened. You picked a card, you memorized it, we lost in the middle of the deck, took the deck, placed in the tuck case, and that's it. But you see, this is where it's going to get a bit interesting, alright? I have one question for everyone at home right now. And you don't even need to be exact with your answer, but just take a rough estimate. Take a guess on roughly how many cards down you think that your card is within this deck right now. Now, some people would probably say maybe 25, maybe 26, maybe even 27 cards down, because, well, after all, when I showed you the cards, it appeared to be in that halfway region. But check this out. All we're going to do is come over and just give the deck a little bit of a rub. And we can actually get one card, and one card only, to protrude, materialize if you will, through half the deck and the fibers of the tuck case itself, which when it comes to the laws of science should be impossible, but yet here we are. And I really want to stress this, that all access points to this tuck case have been sealed off, making this even more impossible. But yet here we are, one card, and one card only, has risen up. Atlanta Falcons hashtag rise up. Sorry, I had to place that there. Through the tuck case. Now, this is the first time looking at the card. I haven't seen it yet, but I'm just going to hope that this is not just any card, but it is your card, the Ace of Hearts. Now, what I love about this is everything can be closely examined. The selection, once again, the tuck case, and the entire deck, because this really is the only Ace of Hearts within the entire pack. But anyways, guys, that is the trick. I really hope you guys enjoyed this one. If you did enjoy, please make sure you go ahead and slap that like button. And now, let's talk a little bit and let's learn how to do it. Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Cardtrix here. Welcome back to the channel, everybody. It's me. I know, I'm actually here, and I know what you're thinking. Where the hell have I been for the past 2 or 3 months? I've had a lot of stuff on my plate, not even gonna lie to you guys. I'm in my junior year of high school, so I've been doing a lot of studying, a lot of prepping for the SATs, all those fun tests. You guys know how it is. But not to mention, I'm also very involved with hockey, and I do a lot of travel with hockey, for those of you who did not know. And I think it was this coming weekend I had a big tournament coming up. But the tournament and all of my tests got canceled because of this dumb coronavirus that's going around. Which, by the way, I wish you and your families all of the best. Please stay healthy, please stay safe, and don't catch this virus, alright? But, again, regardless to any of that stuff, we're back, we're here. So in today's video, I'm going to be teaching you the really amazing card trick that you just saw. So I don't want to eat up too much more of your time. Let's learn how to do this. Alright guys, hopefully you stuck around for the tutorial. So this trick actually is not that difficult to perform. It will require the knowledge of a few simple sleights. They will take a little bit of practice to get the hang of it, but other than that, it shouldn't be too bad. In fact, the hardest part about performing this trick is probably just watching your angles. It is very easy to flesh with this trick, as you will see later in the video, okay? But anyways, yeah, let's just get into what you're going to need for this trick. What you're going to need is just any deck of cards. I'm using the Provision Playing Cards by Theory 11, but you can use any cards that you wish. The deck can even be borrowed. And you're also going to need the tuck case that goes along with the deck. Once you have both of these items, you are ready to perform. So for starters, you're just going to take the tuck case and set it on the table. It really doesn't make a difference right now whatsoever. It'll come into play a little bit later. Now, if you want to perform this trick the exact way you saw it in this video, you need to know how to do 3 specific sleights. Those are going to be Marlowe's Convincing Control, a Gambler's Cop, and the Tenkai Steal. But what's amazing about this trick, and what I love about it, is you have a lot of flexibility. You don't need to use those exact sleights, and you don't need to perform it the exact way I performed it. I'll give you some little tidbits as the video goes on. So to start this trick, you're going to have the spectator pick any card at random from the deck, and then you are going to control to the bottom using Marlowe's Convincing Control. Now, I'm not going to go over how to do Marlowe's Control in this video, otherwise the tutorial will be way too long, but this is basically what it looks like. You have them select a card, you show it to them. Up here to leave it sticking out, but you can see it's already at the bottom. So again, I'm not going to cover this in this video. Check out the link in the description box below, and you can go ahead and check it out. Definitely highly recommend taking the time to learn it. It's really not that hard to do, and it's one of my favorite controls. It's so convincing. But once you've done Marlowe's Convincing Control, this is the scenario you're going to be in. You show them the card, it appears that you squared up the deck, and now their card is sticking out, when in reality, this is actually a random card, and their selection is already at the bottom of the deck. So once you have reached this moment in time, you are now going to introduce the tuck case. So from here, feel free to hand this out for inspection. There really is nothing gimmicked or anything funny about this tuck case. People can inspect this all day long. It does not matter. One little tip that I'll give you here is not just for this trick, but actually in all Magic in general, don't try to overprove it. That's a big mistake I see a lot of magicians make, and hey, sometimes I even do it. I need to, stop myself from doing it. Don't overprove it. The more you overprove something, the more suspicious you're making your spectators. So literally just take out the box and say, here, check it out, make sure it's normal. That's it. That's all you have to do. Don't add all those extra, like, okay, the box is normal. Okay, so we can all agree it's not gimmicked, right? Okay, cool. So it's normal, right? Well, we're good. We're good. Like, when you do stuff like that, you make people more suspicious about something that's not even there. So don't do that. Be relaxed and be like, okay, here, check out the box, inspect it, make sure it's normal. That's it. That's all you got to do. So once the spectator is happy with the box, while they're checking it out or while you're showing it off, all you want to do is catch a break on the bottom card. Now you can do this any way you want. You can do a pinky pull down, you can buckle the bottom card, you can do any method you want, whatever's more comfortable for you. Just get that break any way that you need to, okay? But once you have the break, what's going to be happening is you're going to be placing the cards inside the tuck. But here's a big secret part of the trick. What you're going to be doing is you're going to be sliding in all of the cards, but you're only sliding in the cards above the break. So what's actually happening is as you're sliding the entire deck in the box, their selection, which is being held by the break, is going underneath the box. Okay, that's the big secret to making this trick work. So you slide all the cards in at the same time your hand is sliding their selection underneath the box, just as so. And meanwhile, this random card is still sticking out of the deck, and the spectator still thinks that this is their card. So this is very, very convincing up to this point, okay? And another little tip that I'll give you here is once you've slid all the cards into the box and you've slid their selection underneath the box, what you want to do is don't just stop there. Take their selection and actually slide it back a little bit further. Not much. This is all you need to do. The reason for this is this will prevent like the front edge of the card possibly flashing, like right around here. If you push it back, it won't flash at all. So that's, just a little tip to help you in your angles, all right? So once you're here, you can, talk about what's happened, and then boom, let them push the card in. It's flush. Everything is fair to the spectator. The spectator has nothing to be suspicious about. They've cleanly seen a card go in the middle, into the box, push in the middle themselves. This is so fair. But again, you're already a step ahead of them because their selection's already in the bottom of the box. So you're in this position. Now, in my opinion, this is the hardest part of the trick. It's not even that hard to do. It's just the angles. It's so easy to flash here. You need to be so careful. I highly recommend practicing in a mirror. But here's what you're going to be doing. You're going to fold the flap back just a little bit, which, by the way, I should have mentioned this earlier. The flap, when you're doing this trick, make sure it is on the top when you push the cards in. If it's on the bottom, it's going to get in the way of the pinky break and sliding the cards in, so make sure the flap is on the top, okay? But from here, fold the flap back just a little bit, grab the box, and their playing card just as so. What you are now going to do is do a gambler's cop, which, by the way, if you don't know how to do a gambler's cop, check out the link in the description box below. It will be down there as well. So from here, you're going to get a thumb break between the card and the box, which is very easy. The card is back here. You fold back. You just push down and forward. Boom, you have a thumb break on that card just like that, okay? So now that you have the thumb break, you're going to do the gambler's cop as I mentioned before. So you slide back, leave the card there, and now you're going to slide the deck forward and tilt it up vertical just like this. And now this is setting you up to go ahead and close the tuck as well. And again, now you have this card in the gambler's composition. And this is what I mean. This moment, it is so easy to flash this card. You need to be so careful, okay? So, from here, you're going to hold the cards just as so. Do your best not to flash. And go ahead and close the tuck. Once you've closed the tuck, you're just going to come over with the front hand, tilt the box down onto the card, and square everything up. And again, do your best not to flash. Don't rush it. You don't want to go super slow and act super precise, otherwise spectators are going to know that something's up. But you also don't want to go super fast, because one, very fast motions will make spectators suspicious as well. And also, you go super fast, you might slip, you might flash. So just be chill, be calm about it, okay? So up to this point, I like to recap about what's happened in the trick so far, and everything seems super fair. They picked a card, they put it in, they slid it in themselves in the deck, they put it in the tuck case. Everything seems so fair. But again, they have no clue that their selection is right here on the bottom of the tuck case, all right? And what I actually really like here, the moment where, just pretend this card's not here for now, when you have, I'll slide it back actually, when you have the card copped and you have the card here, and you turn this back over and square everything up, that is such a beautiful moment. Again, don't flash like I just did there, but it's a beautiful moment. Because the box was here, you do this, and now you're flipping it back over. So this gives you a beautiful visual of the box flipping over and nothing's on the outside. So it's suggesting that, okay, I'm only holding the box, there's no other cards out here, without you actually saying it. So it's just a visual of showing both sides of the box nice and clean, okay? But again, from here, their card is on the outside of the box. They don't know this. And now, this is where you get to be creative. You can reveal this card any way that you want to. The simplest way would to be just hold the box in like a bit of grip, making sure you have some pressure on that card. Snap your fingers, and then be like, okay, look, the card is melting. It's melting. And as your finger gets there, just drop the card, let go of the pressure, and say like, boom, that's your card. That's the easiest way to do it. My personal favorite way is the way that I did it in the performance. What I did is I did a move known as the Tenkai Steal, which looks a little something like this. It looks like I'm taking the box into my hand and pointing to it, when in reality I have now stolen this card away into a Tenkai palm, and then I like to transfer it into a lateral palm just as so. That's my favorite method. If you don't know how to do the Tenkai steel, it's another sleight I would also recommend you go ahead and learn. I will reference a link in the description box below as well to that one. And then from there, so we're here. I come over and do the Tenkai steel, which, by the way, make sure you rewatch the performance so you understand the pattern when performing this move, because you want everything. You want your moves to flow with your pattern ice, otherwise it's not going to make too much sense. But once you're here, then what I would do is I would go ahead and just slide the card over on top, and then I would just rub, and then once I'm here, I like to use my thumb, grab it, and then just whoosh, a very magical moment there. The card appears, and then boom, the card melts through. Amazing, amazing effect. And whatever other methods you want to do, you can really do anything you want. I'm not too sure how else to do it. Maybe you could, once again, do another Gambler's Cop, say, here, take the deck for a minute. And then you can have them, like, sandwich it between their hands like this, the box. And then you can say, look, come up with your hand like this. Be careful not to flash. You can go, look, you can go 1, 2, and then just, like, come up with both hands and make it look like you pulled it out. That's an idea. I don't know. Again, be creative. Be you. You can reveal in any way you want. Those are just a few little ideas that I took off the top of my dome piece. But whatever you want, you know, be creative with this one. I really think you guys will have a lot of fun with this trick. Just, like I said, please practice a lot. Practice a lot first. It is very tough. The sleights, not so tough, just the angles. Very tough to make sure you don't flash, so yeah, just be very, very careful with that. But yeah, I think that is pretty much it. I know the video was kind of lengthy, but I did that on purpose considering I haven't been posting content for a full 2 months. But also at the same time, I feel like I covered everything very, very briefly. I didn't go too in-depth with anything. So if any of you guys, and I mean any of you, if you are confused about anything, do not hesitate to drop a question in the comment section below. I will make sure to answer it 100% to clear up any confusion you may have. But yeah, so we're done for today. I really hope you guys enjoyed this. Hopefully I can now keep a consistent upload schedule from now on, and I look forward to seeing you all back for my next video. It's been a good one, guys. Cardtrix 8 signing off. Peace out.